Hi, my name is Josh Feldstein, and I'm the president and CEO of Kava Robotics. I'd like to introduce Dr. Herb Cousins, our medical director, and Dr. Rick Lowe, our medical director. It's nice to be with you guys. One of the things that we hear often is, how do you govern a robotic program effectively? And that question can be addressed to either a single hospital or a system that has many, many different hospitals with a wide range of governance challenges. I'd like to ask you guys, as a starting point, what do you feel are the key elements in developing really good governance for a robotic program?
I'll start. I think we've learned over the years that steering committee structure is critical. Oftentimes robotics involves so many moving parts of people in the hospital, multiple disciplines of surgery, so urology, general surgery, GYN, and most of the time those people don't meet collectively. So having a steering committee which guides the robotics program, multidisciplinary, and we think best practice really is to include the OR crew, a representative from the surgery techs, an OR director, supply individuals, everyone who touches the process of a patient checking in to checking out. Those people have to have a seat at the table for a team to really work well together.
Yeah, that multidisciplinary approach is really, really important. The other piece of it is policy and procedure. And Rick, I know you've spent a lot of time thinking about developing governance and policy documents. What kind of recommendations do you think about when you think about governance?
So I agree with you 1,000%, but I'll take it a step back. I think the key here is that we have to realize that the problem in robotics didn't really start with robotics. The problem in robotics started with laparoscopy. If you look at most hospitals across the country, they don't have laparoscopic programs. It was something that was just thrown together. And that mentality, because for the most part, 90% of laparoscopy succeeds, that same mentality was brought into robotics and thought, okay, if we just do the same thing and reproduce laparoscopy, we're going to have the same success. We all know, and we've learned through our experiences, that that just doesn't happen. So it starts with the program, but it starts with, you know, it also continues through, in our age now, data. We didn't have that back then. So you know, most hospitals think, you know, laparoscopically we're doing fantastic. What they realize when we help them find their data is they're not doing fantastic. They're actually performing at a subpar level. So data now is key. And once we, as we say, once we hold a mirror up to ourselves in the hospitals, see how we truly do, only then can we now move on and improve. And I think robotics should start at that point and then move forward from there.
So we're talking about a level of efficiency with robotics that goes far beyond anything that was necessary to achieve, quote, good results in lap. And when you think about developing a multidisciplinary approach to stakeholders, and when you think about bringing a high degree of efficiency to the governance of the program, it's critical, because lack of efficiency in robotics leads to waste, poor financial performance, and lower quality. So the challenge is to have really buttoned up governance to have a really good robotic program.
Right, and you hit on something there that we can't stress enough, and that is when hospitals struggle with cost, they're usually struggling with quality. So we've learned over the years of doing this that the way to get the best financial outcomes is to get the best clinical outcomes. Quality, 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 quality. Poor quality, readmissions, reoperations, that all leads to cost overruns and inefficiency. And to address the credentialing piece, it's unique to robotics and has to be managed by a committee like this. It doesn't live in the normal credentialing type of space because it requires the data collection, monitoring of performance, simulation training, things that we haven't really touched on in other areas like laparoscopy in the past.
Let's be real. If robotics came about in the late 90s, rather than in 2010, 11, 13, it would have succeeded. Why? Because hospitals and physicians and surgeons would do what they normally do, what they did for laparoscopy. And even though every operation was losing money, in their minds, they'd be telling themselves, we're making money, we're doing great. The reason why robotics is struggling is because it started in an age of data. And only now are we able to measure ourselves, and only through that measurement do we realize we got to do better.
Yeah, so it's really game on when it comes to governance in robotics. And I think that if we take a number of these principles and we apply them, we've got a good foundation for the initiation of solid governance in any given program. Thanks, guys.